If you have built any fragrance collection, then you were already ahead of the game. But no matter how many designer fragrances you buy, there's still one simple technique that you need to understand in order to separate yourself from 95% of the population. And it won't cost you any extra money. And to prove to you just how simple this concept is, I'm going to explain it in the time it takes this 5-minute candle to burn, starting now. Now you can't smell through the screen, so I'm going to need to explain this in a way that you can understand. So we're going to play a game. I promise this will all make sense in a second. Now we all have our own personal style, but which of these would you wear in the fall or on a cold winter night? Hopefully you chose this one. This is because two things influenced your decision. We tend to wear darker colors in the winter and lighter colors in the summer. As a matter of fact, in the 1920s, wearing an all-white suit in the summer was a norm. So choosing the darker colored outfit with the darker sweater is more natural. And the second reason, which is a lot more obvious, is because of course you'd want to wear a sweater when it's cold outside. Interestingly enough, that same process that's used to choose clothes for those conditions is also used for choosing fragrances. You see, some fragrances are in their own way like the sweater. They last longer in the cold and they do better in the winter. Wait, hold on. How can one fragrance do better than other fragrances in the cold? Well, it actually all comes down to the way that a fragrance works. You see, colognes and perfumes are all composed of these aromatic compounds. These can be natural extracts like flowers, fruits, and spices, or these can be synthetic molecules made in a lab. But for simplicity's sake, think of these as the notes that you read when you're looking at a scent breakdown. When you combine all these together, it creates that fragrance that you smell. These notes can also be categorized into top, middle, and base notes. Now when you apply a fragrance, these notes begin to evaporate, and just like water, any form of heat will speed up this evaporation process. This is why when you apply a fragrance to your skin, you want to place it on a high heat point, such as the neck or behind the ears. Your body heat will cause the fragrance to evaporate faster, dispersing the scent into the air. Now that you understand this, let's compare a winter and a summer fragrance. You can see the notes in the winter one are way more rich and intense. So in a hot environment like the summer, these notes might evaporate too fast and give everyone around you a headache and be way too strong. While the summer fragrance has those light and aromatic notes. And with the slow evaporation of cold weather, this might cause your fragrance to suppress itself and not be able to evaporate quick enough to smell. This is also why there are top, middle, and base notes in a fragrance. The top notes evaporate the fastest, the middle notes evaporate in the middle, and the base notes evaporate the slowest. You'll notice that the base and middle notes tend to be more woody and rich, while the top notes are more light, aromatic, or citrusy like lemon or lime. However, you could argue that whether in winter or summer you're going to be wearing a fragrance mainly inside, which would mean you are constantly in room temperature. So would the temperature outside or the season really affect what fragrance you should wear, because you'll be inside most of the time? Now that right there is where we switch from chemistry to psychology. See, if I had a bowl of nutmeg and a bowl of fresh cut lemons, which would make you think of the winter holiday season? I'd hope the nutmeg, right? Because nutmeg makes you think of winter and the holiday season. So those spices and notes like vanilla, amber, and leather give off that cozy vibe and are very suitable for the cold weather when it comes to a psychology standpoint. This actually also works with gourmand fragrances that are very similar to the smell of holiday treats. By now you have mastered wearing scents for the right season, and you know more than the majority of men out there. But there are just two more simple things to cover that will make you smell that much more unique and right. And one is obviously just learning to wear the right fragrance for the event you're going to. Think about it like this. If you're your office worker, would you want to sit next to someone who's wearing a strong, rich vanilla, ambery scent for 8 hours, just constantly pounding into their brain, giving them a terrible headache? Or would you prefer a light, aromatic, citrusy, or sort of laundry smelling scent? So just use that train of thought down for any event you're going to, including nighttime or daytime, and you'll have it all down wonderfully. If you master all these techniques, like wearing fragrances for your outfits, for the season, and for the event you're going to, you'll be smelling more unique and more put together than 95% of men out there in absolutely no time. Now before you click away, the most important tip to smelling more unique than everyone else is to remember that the fragrance world is supposed to be unique and individual for everyone. It's not supposed to be something you're shackled down by, and especially not something that there's supposed to be a set of rules for. We all have our own opinions, and we all like certain things over others. This video is just my attempt to help educate you so that you can make better decisions on your own. But at the end of the day, it's still all up to you. So if you just really love that one winter fragrance, like I do with Tobacco Touch, then it can't hurt to wear it a day or two in the summertime. As long as you don't do too many sprays, and as long as it's not Dior Sauvage. I'm just joking.